Hey, it's Logan Christopher with Legendary Strength, and in this video, I want to give you 5 tips on how to do a barbell get-up. I'm going to assume if you're watching this video that you have done get-ups before, also known as the Turkish get-up. And you've probably done these with kettlebells, as that is how most people get introduced to them. But the barbell is a fantastic tool for also doing get-ups that is a little more challenging. But know this, it seems more challenging than it actually is. If you've worked with kettlebells for a while, you absolutely can do a barbell. Once you get the balancing, which we're going to talk about in one of my points here, the balance of it is not as tough as you might imagine. So my first tip has to do with your surroundings. You'll notice that I'm on rubber flooring here. Doing the barbell get up, especially if you're pushing up the weight, you are going to drop it. So you want to drop it on somewhere that can absorb that impact. Rubber mats are great for doing this. Anything you would use for Olympic lifting that can handle it. If you use bumper plates, that works for the get up as well. But in addition to the ground, please be aware of all of your other surroundings as well. I'm working out in my garage here. I have some things up here I could possibly hit. I've clipped that power rack before. Make sure you don't have things around you, because when you're handling a heavy weight and you hit something, chances are it's going to come down. So we do want to avoid that as much as possible. If you do have stuff around you, such as the power rack here, at least be aware of it, and that way you can best avoid doing it. An important thing about the barbell is because this, unlike most barbell training, this is going to be a one-handed lift in doing it. So in doing one-handed lifts, you must be centered on the mass of the barbell. I'm not sure if you can see it from there, but right in the middle of the barbell, I have placed a little piece of electrical tape. This actually has been here for years, and it's wearing a little bit in one of the areas, but just a tiny bit of electrical tape. This is not for grip or anything like that, but it is to indicate what is the center of the barbell. And I did actually measure in order to find this. This is critically important. Do not waste your time trying to figure out what is the middle of your barbell with each rep that you do, because for every millimeter you are off, it is exponentially going to be that much harder for you to successfully complete the rep. So by having the tape right here, I know that my middle finger goes right there, and it's about the width of that, so I know the perfect placement for doing this exercise. Now, going to the get up itself. The next tips have to do with form. So one of the tips is the form. You do not want, the form you use for the barbell get up is not quite the same as you may have been taught for the kettlebell get up. It can be, but because the exercise is a little different, I think you should find the form that works for you. I have found the form that works for me, and this morning I did a get up with 130 pounds with my right arm, so I'm reasonably proficient in doing this. The form may look ugly, but the point of the exercise is not to be pretty, it's to get up with the barbell overhead and then be able to get back down with it. So that's what we want to do. So one of my tips on form, something that I found worked really great in doing this, you can use 2 hands to get the barbell to one place, is as I'm coming over here, the free hand comes above, and I can place or press down from this elbow as I come to the elbow position here, then coming up to the hand. Now you'll notice that the barbell is not parallel with the ground, and this position is actually kind of the normal way it just sits in the hand. You want to try to avoid the barbell spinning on you as you're doing the get up, but sometimes that will occur to some degree. It's just really hard to stop the rotation. So I probably ended up with more than 5 tips here, but those are some of the important key points. One other thing, generally not having socks on is going to help, because you don't want to be slipping and sliding in doing this. And In my garage, it's often cold in the morning, so wearing a sweatshirt is something I do, but also having a little bit of padding can help on this hard ground. I do highly recommend you give the barbell get-up a try. It's a fun exercise. It's a great exercise. You can find a lot more like this at legendarystrength.com.